and we will move on. So next up we have Kylie Stewart. She is an engineer and occasional speaker. She's passionate about building tools and high-performing applications, as well as hiking with her dog, Otis. She lives in Denver, Colorado. She's going to be talking about demystifying urql and urql-devtools.
So, hello. Virtual events are always weird, so I will just get into sharing my screen here. All right, so this is, I know there was recently a really excellent talk about urql and what it actually is, so I will only briefly cover the highest of level overviews of what urql actually is, and actually just show you, demonstrate the DevTools that are available in Google Chrome as an extension. So without further ado, demystifying urql DevTools, or urql using urql DevTools. So urql is the universal React query language that Formidable Labs put out. If you don't fully understand what that might entail, it's really just a lightweight client for GraphQL, just like Apollo or other clients you may have heard of, meaning you can use GraphQL on the front end. I'm sure we're all familiar with clients like these, and urql just happens to be really small and very, very fast. So what are urql DevTools? Sorry, gotta drink water. So urql DevTools are a fantastic Chrome extension here that is offered by Formidable. We have one excellent 5-star rating here out of our many users. But long story short, you can install this. You get a fancy little urql DevTools button, and you'll have easy access to it through your DevTools. So it's just an incredibly helpful Chrome extension for traversing your urql client itself. So the features that urql DevTools actually brings to the table: cache exploration. So you can actually investigate urql's specialty. The thing that it brings to the table are exchanges. So instead of just having an observable on the output, you can observe both the input and the output of anything really happening through your server. And this allows you to kind of further explore things that might be happening under the hood, other stuff that could go on, and I'll show you more about what that looks like in the actual DevTools. You can actually trigger requests directly from the client. So instead of switching back and forth between the playground, maybe the graphical playground that we might all be familiar with, you can actually do it directly from the DevTools, which is, I think, a pretty handy feature. And obviously you can test your queries right in the browser just the same way. So you have a lot of features brought kind of right out of the box, and the installation, as long as you have an urql server already installed, is actually very straightforward. So we set up this exchange by adding the package, very simply, yarn add urql DevTools. And then you're just really going to inject that specific exchange, DevTools exchange imported specifically from the package into your exchanges. So if you're already familiar with urql, you can throw a number of things in here to kind of monitor things that are happening, as I mentioned. And the biggest thing to note is that DevTools Exchange is just another one of those things that's kind of watching what's going on. So if you want to see what's actually going on, so here I have all of my servers. Yes, they should be going. They crashed right before I got on, as should be expected, I guess, before a live demo. But so I have a very bare bones server set up that's basically adding posts with a URL. It's a fake Hacker News site that we actually have outlined as a nice intro to urql. I wanted to make it easy for anyone else to kind of set the same exact thing up to mess around locally. So it's really a very straightforward API. This is the graphical server, but let's look here. So this is my super thrilling front end. So as you can see, you can check out all of these different, you have your actual Explorer here, which is nice to have just right out of the box. Again, we are right here in the DevTools, just the same. You might go to your React DevTools, urql's just past it. So if I actually had a more exciting front end to demonstrate event monitoring, you could watch it a little more specifically than your network tab is going to show you. Instead of just that massive blob, you have a lot cleaner output. But here, let's look at just running a query straight from these DevTools. Cool. So, I mean, you might have been able to tell that I was a little nervous and just ran this a bunch of times to make sure it was working right beforehand. But we just posted this URL, which is obviously about the best meetup around there, which is GraphQL Denver. And now we're able to query it straight out of the DevTools here. And I can run that. I can run, I mean, obviously you can do nearly anything here. I am a little blank on what the schema looks like, but the beauty of this is I could close this tab completely. I don't need to have the server running, you know, in my separate window to actually interact with in this way. I will go ahead and just take questions while I have this running. I know that was shorter than expected, but oh, what is Zoom doing? Okay. When would you reach for urql? Over Relay or Apollo? And explore the schema from the DevTools. Okay, so when would you reach for urql? It's all about use case. I would kind of argue the same for a lot of these other packages. It's a lot smaller and it kind of serves the exact same purposes as Apollo. If you wanted to monitor the input for each of your events a little bit more closely, urql exchanges allow you to do that, and that's a really nice feature out of the box of urql. That's, I think, a little harder to set up with observables in another client. I believe I answered that question live. And can I explore this schema from the DevTools? Absolutely. Falcon, I can. Yes, I can. I'm sorry that I guess virtual events make me more nervous than real events here. But look, you could even explore the feed directly from the Explorer. Does anyone have any other questions about urql DevTools or installation setup configuration? Query variables in the DevTools. So, gosh, why can't I navigate to this tab because of the, okay. Geez. I have to be honest with you, I just started exploring with the DevTools this week, so I'm not completely familiar with passing queries in. I know it's possible, and I'm pretty sure we could figure it out if we went to the docs right now. But I don't know how much you guys want to see me fumble around in docs. Cool.
Sweet. All right, thanks.